is Zennial Gamer, and yes, I won. I actually won this, guys. We are going to be looking at some RTA replays today. We're going to be doing some draft analysis and also some gameplay analysis, talking about areas in the current meta where you can improve your overall drafting and gameplay analysis. But before we do that, we're just going to look at this fight because, man, this thing was fun. So I'm going to commentate this fight, not so much analyze it, because the fight was just absolutely crazy. And from there, we're going to be doing a little bit of RTA analysis. So here we go, guys. We have got myself versus Skiado. Skiado, sorry about this. If you watch my videos, sorry about this, man. Alright, so this is, before the Nana nerf, I was first pick Nana every fight. So we've got, at this point, we've got Nana, Molong, Diana, Bulwark, and Beelzebub. So my core comp, what I was shooting for every match earlier this season was basically this exact comp. This was my goal, was to get to this comp in a situation where the opponent had Wusa on Taurus. Because the Bulwark is just going to absolutely wreck the Wusa on Taurus. He keeps the Wusa from buffing, or he gets full stacks, and then he just keeps building stacks off the Antares. Also has attribute advantage, and he can steal his own immunity. And then at this point, they either have to give me the Nana Beelzebub combination, or they have to give me, they have to give me 3 of these monsters, or they ban the Bulwark, and then I've got super snipe potential with Nana Beelzebub. Early in the season, this team almost did not lose. I think I hit G2 with an 82% win rate or something. Obviously, it went way down from there. But I got as high as rank 297 this season, all built off this comp. Now, Skiado, again, this is earlier in the season. As the season went on, people stopped drafting the Antares because they caught on to the Bulwark counter. But earlier in the season, so here we go. So Skiado does give me the Wusa Antares, and then as a last pick gives me the Nagong, which makes Bulwark that much more dangerous because he buffs on the Soul Protect. We've got the Carnal and the Juno here. So from this point, I go ahead and ban the Wusa because I felt like the Nagong Antares were going to give me enough stacks for my Bulwark if the Bulwark got through. And if they did not, then I was going to get the Nana defense breaks into the Diana. So I thought that I was in good shape either way with the Wusa off the field. Obviously, we do still have triple fire here to deal with our Diana, which makes it a little bit tough. Now, this was a different build for my Diana, also very slow. I run her faster now. Alright, so we've got the Juno opening up, gets the clutch stun on the Diana, the Molong coming back, just taking out some strips. So at this point here, we've got the defense break on the Antares, which is actually really good for us. So a defense break on the Carnal would have been better. Obviously wasn't possible because Nana outsped, but it gives me the ability to take this Antares off the field, which allows me to transform Diana. It also puts pressure on the Nagong. If the Nagong wants to burn the Soul Protect early to bring the Antares on, and I can still now do a Reckless Snipe with my Molong. On top of that, if I get 2 kills on the Antares, I get 2 orbs on the Nana. So the defense break on the Antares works really well for me right here. Because of that, I actually YOLO with the Beelzebub into S2. S1 would not have had enough damage to kill. Using the S2 here is risky, because now he can go ahead and start farming through my Beelzebub while I'm on cooldown. But I do have 2 orbs, my Beelzebub's on Violent, I only need 2 turns to cycle back. So I felt okay using the S2 there. I do get the first of the procs here, which is huge, so we just pump a little more damage into the Juno. Carnal coming out, kills the Beelzebub the first time. Now guys, I want you to kind of try and count the deaths as we go along. So Antares has died once, Beelzebub's died once. Now, Nagong kills Beelzebub a second time, so we've got 3 deaths. Beelzebub putting more damage in the Juno, Juno just trying to control Diana right here. Diana able to transform with the Antares gone, pumps a little fluff damage into the Nagong, really nothing more than that. Diana coming back into human form as the Carnal cycles on the Diana, which is normal. Nagong brings back the Antares, and then Nagong proc, that 2-turn sleep hurts. Juno kills the Diana, but Beelzebub brings her back, so that's yet another death. I think that's running count now is 4, right? Nagong kills the Beelzebub. That's 5 deaths now at this point. Beelzebub gets procced back to his S2, which is perfect here. That's 6 deaths as the Diana drops now. Carnal putting the provoke on the Beelzebub, which is actually kind of risky. Juno makes it 7 deaths. Okay, Beelzebub does not proc, just S1 into the Carnal. Carnal coming AoE makes it 8 deaths on the Beelzebub. Carnal makes it, oh, not quite 9 deaths yet, but pretty soon here. So Beelzebub at no HP, 9 deaths on the Molong right there. That's 10 deaths on the, whatever the hell Nagong just killed a minute ago. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank, man. Okay, let's see. What did Nagong kill? It was the Molong. Okay, yeah, so Or was it the Beelzebub? No, it was the Beelzebub. Nigong kills the Beelzebub. So that's 10 deaths right there. Okay, so now we go with our Nana. We don't get anything really. No despair stuns, no defense breaks, none of that. And then the Nigong now brings out the full team resurrect. So guys, at this point, it is Nana with like 25, with like 5% HP, whatever, like 2,000 HP. It's Nana facing 6 monsters, effectively, because we have 2 soul protects and we have 4 monsters on the field. Now, granted, a couple of them are at really low health, but all of them have more attack bars than Nana at this point as well, right? So, Nana does the AoE defense break right there, does land pretty much everything. The stun on the Antares was super, super clutch right there also. Now, the Juno just cycling some damage into the Nana does get the kill. Beelzebub popping back, so that's 11. I think 11 deaths now. Beelzebub now with the defense break on the Antares, that's an easy S1, and I'm basically gambling for the proc. I'm holding my S2 because I don't need it. It does resurrect my Diana with less HP, but at this point, if I don't proc with Beelzebub here, I've lost anyway, right? So of course, I do proc, guys, and now we go into that Juno, and we bring back the Nana. Now, there was a bug in the game beforehand. I don't know if the bug played a huge, if the bug was the game difference here or not, but Nana used to revive with 1 orb when Beelzebub revived her. So now, I just cleared the 2 monsters without Soul Protect, and if you count all the revive protections and all that stuff, it's basically a 4v4 fight, because I have 3 monsters with 1 orb, Beelzebub at 0 health. He has 2 monsters with Soul Protect each for 3 turns, and the Nigong's almost at full health, but he does have defense breaks on each. So, Carnal does come out with the S3, kills the Bub. I'm fortunate here, he doesn't land anything much on the Diana. He does get the slow on the water Nana, of course. Nana resurrecting Beelzebub again. Nigong does not have the S2, so just goes S1 into the Diana. Beelzebub just putting in some fluff damage in the Carnal, and right here we go into the Nigong, and we manage to get the strip into a dot on the Soul Protect. Nigong is dead, so it's Beelzebub against everything. I had another orb, and he quits out. Guys, that was the single most fun match I think I've ever had. It was 16 times monsters died in the match. It was ridiculous. It's honestly hard to say. I think RNG probably favored him a little throughout the match, but the proc I got on Beelzebub at the end was the entire match. So you could really kind of say I luck-sacked it, but it was still fun. Okay guys, now we're gonna look at a couple of my replays, and these are actually both losses. They're both losses that I deserved, and we're gonna talk about why I deserve them. So one of the most important things that you can do whenever you're doing RTA is to look at your teams and figure out why you lost. Now I'm going to be honest, both of these come down to one misplay, but one of them was a lot bigger of a misplay than the other. So let's start off with this first match where I was getting into a speed contest, and that's not really my thing for those of you guys who know. So he goes first pick Nephthys. I try and counter with speed lead Sekhmet. He takes the Fire Ryu, and I don't have a secondary speed lead runed up. So ultimately I brought the Verd, which got banned what I expected, and I banned his Triton. Now, my Ethna, super fast. My Ethna would have outsped him without the speed lead. The Sekhmet would not have outsped him without the speed lead either way. But I want to stop this right here. I made a huge, stupid misplay right here. The Gianna had will runes. The Ryu did not have will runes. And so I brought my Ethna into the Gianna thinking that my Sekhmet was going to outspeed. Now my Sekhmet is 316 and we had the same speed lead on both sides. So it was fair for me to think the Sekhmet would outspeed, but it wasn't necessary. And here's why. I've got Hege. So I could have gone into the Ryu and yeah, I would have taken 1 bomb, but the Gianna couldn't have stunned me, and the Sekhmet was definitely going to outspeed the Savannah and the Nephthys. So, had I taken the Ethna into the Ryu and then just risked either Sekhmet outspeeding or not outspeeding, it wouldn't have really mattered. Basically, Ethna goes into the Ryu. As long as I get the stun, the Sekhmet can then reset the Nephthys or the Savannah, my choice, and it's a 50-50 game from that point. It's still not a guarantee for me, and that's why I said this one mattered less. But I basically took a 50-50 match and I turned it into a guaranteed loss. So what happens from here, of course, the Ryu does outspeed. The Ryu manages to get enough pushback on my units that the Sekhmet can no longer outspeed, and then Savannah and Nephthys do their things, and it's over from there. Now this next one, I feel like I killed this draft. I mean, I drafted this fight in a way that I should have won this match like 99 times out of 100. And when you watch the replay, you're going to understand why this was the one time that I lost. A couple of huge misplays here. So, first of all, I showed you the picks. We'll go back and look at the draft one more time, but what actually gets through here, I've got Fang Tyrannus, so I've got defense buffs for my Fang. I've got my Diana, I've got Lulu. He's got the Wind Monkey, so he's got the Xing Zhe, he's got the Wusa Tessa. You know the Tessa can do big damage, and Tessa's going to be hard for me to deal with. But I've got Attribute on my favor almost everywhere. I've got high damage output with lots of sustain, with revive, with defense buff. He has low damage output with almost no sustain. He's got the Nana revives and the Wusa sustain. That's about it. So for this type of turn 2 match, I crushed this draft. I loved my team coming into this. Now, we start off with the Lulu immunity. That's correct. He hits the Fang, which actually helps me because he put the Fang in front. That's what I wanted. First mistake I make right here with the Diana, and I get lucky on this one. I survived this, but this was more YOLO than I needed it to be. There was no reason for me to change Diana here. I changed Diana to try and strip the Nana, and I was getting greedy. Honestly, I was afraid that if I didn't get 2 kills fast enough, I would get into trouble. And I didn't trust the fact that I've already drafted double sustain plus defense buffs. I mean, if I drafted a sustain match, I should have trusted my draft. I didn't, so I YOLO'd with the Diana, basically gambling that the monkey doesn't stun me and that I can get back into pony form in time. You can see I got resisted several times. I did get the strip on the end, only 1 strip, so I did basically no damage because the shield ate up everything. That was a resistance Nana. Monkey does not counter me here, so we're able to go ahead and put up our defense buffs. I put the Soul Protect on the Diana for obvious reasons here, and then I put up the Fang buff, which was my second misplay, another bad play. I should have defense broken the Nana here. Like, I'm all in on this Nana, all in to the point where I'm risking my Diana, right? And then I go ahead and just put up sustain because I'm afraid of my Diana being in human form. That was just kind of silly. I've got the Lulu there to clean up. If Diana dies, then she's not going to take a turn with the regen anyway. And if Diana doesn't die, then the Lulu's there to clean her up. So just a misplay right there. Now, Monkey doesn't do much. Diana gets back to human form. We don't get the stun. The monkey gets his first counter. Now, this monkey goes absolutely freaking bananas in this fight, guys. The monkey was just going off. Honestly, as bad as I played this match, I still probably win if the monkey doesn't overwhelm me with RNG. It gets worse, guys. It gets much worse. Many more big misplays to come. So now I don't know if I'm just like tilted from my own misplays or what, but pump a little bit of damage into the Nana. I'm still committed right here. I'm saving the, right there I'm just saving the skill 2 immunity for the Lulu. That's fine. Nana goes AoE, Fang counters. I don't know why the Nana even went AoE there. Because you know that the Lulu's max res, the Diana's wind, I've got defense buffs, all that crap. The Diana's going to get to change forms out of the defense break anyway. So the Nana that's actually a huge misplay on his part. There's no reason to Nana AoE right there. I would have gone skill 1 into the Lulu and tried for a stun probably. I guess maybe he was trying the 2 chances for a stun, but and then just trusting his resistance build. I don't know. All right, so now, Diana changes here again. Read the attack bars. Wusa is definitely in front of the Diana, and I know this. So again, this is another YOLO play that's not necessary. And again, also, not just the Wusa being in front, the monkey can still revenge stun me. So why am I going into this Nana right here? If I put up shields, then he can't get any kills on me, and I can kill the Nana with my Fang Tyrannus. There's no rush from here, just bad plays after bad plays. All right, Monkey does get the stun. Wusa putting in huge damage into the Diana, and then right there, did you just see my Tyrannus go into the Monkey? That was a misclick, guys. That was a misclick. Tyrannus should have gone into the Nana, which might have killed, or if not, it leaves Nana at 1 HP and the Fang gets the kill. So, not a misplay, it was a misclick, but that right there decided the whole match. The Tyrannus going into the Monkey and not killing the Nana after I threw away my freaking Diana to kill the Nana, that was the whole match. Now from here, I think my play kind of settled in, but you'll see, so I've made 3 major misplays and a misclick, and you'll see how close this fight is despite all those misplays at the start. So Diana goes down, but we've got the Nana here hurting. The proc right there from the Lulu is nice because it gives me enough to get the Nana's first orb out. Fang missing the defense break again and again and again kind of sucked, but he did get the proc, so that gave me a kill right there. Now, I'm still just trying to get this non out right now because the monkey's going to be tankier. You can see my Tyrannus does not go down despite multiple procs. This guy took 4 turns right here with the Oblivion. Tyrannus did not go down. So not much else I could do right there. He's just working on the Lulu right now. From here, Tyrannus goes Wild Blow. I think we get the Nana here. Yeah, we get a proc right here. So we take out the Nana. So now it's 3v3. I still have the revive on my side. Once again, he gets the Oblivion on, but I'm able to protect. That's why I saved the skill 2. I'm not able to kill the Tyrannus here. But you're going to see in a moment. Now, the Tyrannus goes down into beast form. So this is the next big decision I have to make. Do I go skill 2 Tyrannus? Now, just so you know, my revive is up right here. I could have brought the Diana back, but I wanted the defense buff on the Fang. So I chose to skill 2 the monkey right here and try to use the Tyrannus self-heal to keep the Tyrannus alive long enough to get back. And also I had the chance for a proc. I actually think this is the right play, but I got unlucky that the monkey revenged. And the monkey is going to start revenging every time I touch it for the rest of the match now. So this was just unlucky. He revenged and he got the stun. We do get the cleanse right here, but it was the extra damage that went into me that was the big difference. Because look right here. Well, actually, I take it back. It wasn't the difference. Because once that defense break lands, the Tessa's going to kill me no matter what. So I take it all back. None of that was unlucky. Then here we go. The monkey is just going to do damage. Honestly, from this point, there's not really a lot I can do. We can just fast forward it. But if you guys go back to the start of the fight, and I did get a fair number of procs with Fang. I can't remember if I said RNG favored him. Looking back over the fight, I'm going to take it back. I don't think RNG favored him. I just think my terrible play favored him. Honestly, that's really all it was, is I played this match so bad at the start. Because if that Nana loses her life earlier, I don't have to sacrifice my Tyrannus. One more turn with Tyrannus gets the Diana back, and then the match is over from there. So this was all about gameplay. I crushed the draft on this one. I had the team I wanted. I had the team that should win most of the time, and I just played bad. All right, now let's look at one final match where we actually drafted pretty well. So in this match, I opened up with the Molong. You can see he comes back with the Wusa and the Oki. So right here, I already know that I want at least one water unit in my response because of the Oki in case I have to let Oki through. I'm also expecting he's going to run strips. So Diana right here is a nice option for me to potentially get the shields and cut. Diana also lets me go fishing for an Antares, because if he pivots into a turn 2 style Antares team, I bring Bulwark and it's probably over. So Diana serves a couple of purposes for me right here. She gives me the ability to cut and put up shields. She also gives me the ability to fish for the Antares. And then the Nana is obviously just great pairing with Molong at this point. Gives me the double water units that I want against the Oki. Gives me double defense break. I have no strip yet other than the the unreliable Molong S2 and the Diana. So I don't have a lot of strip, but the Nana can get defense breaks out. Now he counters with the Gani and the Tessa. So he's got the Gani Oki. Now right here, I'm actually expecting his last pick to be Hathor, and I think his last pick was going to be Hathor. So for me, I'm looking at a potential Gani, Oki, Hathor CC team, along with the Wusa immunity and the Tessa Oblivion to deal with my Nana. So I'm feeling like I'm in a really bad spot. Now initially my plan here was to go with a lot more damage and just try and snipe out the Oki. Something like Beelzebub plus one more either damage dealer or strip unit. But once he comes out with the Gani Tessa, I no longer feel like the damage is going to do it enough for me, because I'm going to probably have to let the Wusa through no matter what. So he's going to get those Wusa shields, which makes it much harder to snipe. If he gets the Gani in for a reset, I won't have enough damage to take him down. He can CC me. The Tessa Oblivions on the Nana mean that he can snipe one of my units instead, and I no longer just feel like I have enough damage to snipe. So instead I do pivot into a double immunity with lots of sustain. What allows me to do this is because I already have 2 heavy damage dealers and I have the Nana to buttress me in case something dies. So my draft at this point allows me to do this. You guys do want to be careful never to get in a position where you have too many sustain units. The thing for me here is I would expect a lot of times he's going to ban the Diana and leave the Molong as really my only damage dealer, because Nana is kind of more of a support than anything else. But if he bans the Molong, I have so much sustain along with Nana that what I'm going to do is play it slow. Instead of rushing out with the Molong Reckless, I'm going to try and get in some Molong strips and stuns, get a defense break somewhere. Nana can still do some damage when the defense break is out there, enough to set up a Molong Reckless. So if he bans the Diana here, I still feel like I have enough damage to get a kill because he doesn't have a lot of sustain. And I can wear him down with his lack of sustain. Now, his last pick here of Chung is actually a pretty interesting pick. I don't personally love the Chung pick here because I feel like I was winning the draft at this point. And to me, the Chung pick is like, here's a force ban. I think I'm winning. So he clearly felt like he was winning at that point. I felt like I was winning at that point. And so we just kind of rolled with what we had. Now, he does wind up giving me the double sustain. He bans the Diana over the Molong. And that's kind of what I expected, right? So we get the Oki reset onto the, let's start off. We get the Oki reset onto the Molong, which that actually left Ganny with nothing to do because there was no point in Ganny resetting a second time. There's no attack bar to strip, and he doesn't want to ventilate yet because he doesn't know if he needs to ventilate the Wusa or the Oki, and he's not going to ventilate just the Oki S2. So Ganny actually just goes skill 1 into the Molong, which is actually a good play. Now, my Lulu's got a turn here. We put up the immunity. We put up the immunity with the Riley along with the attack buffs. Wusa just pumping a little bit of damage, and this is all kind of irrelevant. Right now, everybody's got immunity. We're not doing anything that actually matters. We're just waiting until cooldowns or an opportunity arrives, right? I do like his ventilate on the Wusa right here. He's being patient. He's thickening the shields because the shields will stack, and also bringing back the Wusa S2, more damage, more healing. Clearly the Oki is going to be my main focus here. Ganny is the bigger threat, but Ganny is harder for me to kill with triple water, and if I kill the Oki, I still feel like I'm going to win this, especially because I get a second orb on Nana at that point. So he goes and puts the shields back up, some more immunity back up. Oki goes into the Nana. We're just kind of, going back and forth against a lot of immunity here. Now, right there, that was big for me. I got 3 strips and 2 stuns, and that's a lot for Molong. He normally doesn't do that well. So that was really a huge piece of RNG for me right there. That allowed me to bring out the Nana defense breaks. Nana landing 3 defense breaks never freaking happens. So that was really RNG going very well in my favor. And the match is kind of over right here. At this point now, because I've got all those defense breaks, I was able to hold the snipe. That was a nice proc. It didn't actually matter because Nana would have taken the kill anyway. But yeah, so there you go. This is one of those matches. RNG favored me, but I think it was like just a really solid all-around draft. And then I think something that's really important, I glossed over it while we were playing, but it's really important to notice that we weren't using our skills for the most part. We were doing a lot of skill 1s because there was no point in doing anything else. And if you look, like, if I just threw my Nana skill 2 out there to break shields or something, I don't need to break all those shields because I'm only attacking 1 unit. And then when Molong got those strips, if I didn't have the Nana S2 up, this is probably a very different match. If I wasn't more cautious with my Lulu cleanses and immunity, this may be a very different match. So one thing a lot of us should pay attention to, and I'm as guilty of it as everyone else, is making sure that we're not rushing to use our skills when we don't need to. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. As always, guys, please remember to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. I appreciate very much you guys supporting the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Hey, it is Zenio. Oh, no, wait, this is the outro. My bad. Hey guys, if you want to see more content, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications. It's your support that makes me want to create continuing content. I thank you guys for the support, as always, and we'll see you in the next video.